What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Khalil back here for another video, man. And today we're gonna be redoing a reaction to the worst reason to hate on men. Let's get into this mess, man. If you guys want to see more videos like this, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and let's get into it, man. Let's go.
Excuse me, bro. Excuse me. I've had a bad day. Can I have a hug?
Hell nah, shit, fuck up.
Oh, have a good day.
God damn.
I'm curious as to how the demographics for this video shake out. Have you ever noticed that on the internet there seems to be this trend of just hating on men for no reason? You could be watching this harmless viral video of, well, I don't know, say a guy going up to strangers in the mall asking for a hug, and a man doesn't feel the need to give a guy a hug right now. Maybe he's just not up to it, or hell, maybe he just doesn't want to hug a stranger. And all of a sudden, the guy gets classified as being an evil person. Oh, wait. That actually happened. First of all, let it be clear. I'm a hugger myself, but that
What does
doesn't
that
mean
say? What did it say?
that actually happened.
Black men have such fragile masculinity. It's so laughable at this point. Like, why? What the fuck? What? Just because you don't want to hug a random person? And most of the time, it would be coming from just black women just talking down on their own kind. It just don't be making no sense to me. I don't know why.
First of all, let it be
I don't
clear. I'm a hugger
understand, bro.
myself, but that doesn't mean a stranger can come up to me and ask for some sort of hug. I don't know you. I don't care if you have 11 million subscribers. I don't care how it's gonna make me look on the internet. I just don't want to hug you at the moment. And especially
don't
with all
wanna hug
this
your ass.
going on, you can hear my voice right now. I'm not just out here hugging random people. And this can even be broken down by a race thing, because when it gets flipped, when a black man is asking for a hug or is in some sort of similar social experiment video, it goes totally left. And we'll talk about that more later. Now, I know what you're thinking. Omar, this is probably just one of those made up or fake divisive conversational topic pieces on the internet, but the problem is that these things have real life implications.
Now, everybody was so mad at the way that these black men responded to a random person walking up on them asking them for a hug. And you know who was mad at us black men the most? Black women. One thing I gotta say though is that
Bingo.
it felt so good just to see these black women being so kind and so open and welcoming to this white man asking for a hug when we couldn't even get y'all to smile at us. Did y'all just think that we forgot? Y'all were making think pieces for weeks over the fact that black men asked black women to smile, but some random ass white nigga could walk up on y'all and get a hug. If we did that, we'd be a where my hug that ass nigga. Let that have been a random white girl walking up on a whole bunch of black men and us actually giving them the hug. Y'all bitches would have had a fucking Klan rally. One of the main things I kept seeing everybody say is that black men are homophobic, and that's the reason why they didn't give him a hug. Like, as a man, as a human being, if a random person, man or woman, walk up on me asking me for a hug, I'm gonna be like, what the fuck? I am too skeptical of people, and people are unpredictable. I have no clue what you're doing. And then you have a camera behind you. Did y'all forget how they keep...
Nah, for real. The whole camera behind just make it so like disingenuous. Like, I don't even know what the fuck you trying to do. I don't know if this a prank, anything, and I just get labeled, your masculinity is fragile and all. It's just like, what, nigga? What happened about having like common sense and just like he on some weird shit? Why you got a camera with him for?
Pranking us black men in the hood, but they come to the hood and antagonize black men all of the time. How am I supposed to know that this isn't one of those situations?
Now, don't get me wrong. I think that these things are going to be over-exaggerated. We're going to have a bunch of gender war stuff. We're going to have a bunch of race war stuff. We're going to talk about fragile masculinity. We're going to talk about how the black man is over-masculine and is hyper-masculine. All those things happen in an over-exaggerated conversations on the internet. And
in this today age, I don't think black men are like hyper... like masculine. It's a lot of, you know what I'm saying, like the rainbow community and all types of, you know, within our own community, in the black community, to be exact. But I don't think we're hyper, man, I don't know. I don't think about that, man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
ultimately, people will be lumped into a conversation. Men and black men will be lumped into conversations about how men hate women as a whole, which I don't even know how it gets there, but it always seems to find its way there. But the problem is there are real life implications to these things, and when the double standard shows itself, nobody cares when it's flipped on its head. There's tons of times when women can do the same things that men can do and it's not received the same exact way. And then not only are there double standards, but there's also inconsistent standards. Men are supposed to be perceived as stoic and on guard, protective, you know, So it seems a little strange that a stranger would just walk up to me and I would accept some sort of a hug from him. That just doesn't seem like somebody who is supposed to be really protective of their own body or the people that they're with is supposed to do. And I think the reason that the internet keeps flip-flopping or changing sides or definitions or different things like that is all a way to get people to hate on men even more. And I know I sound like a victim here, but hear me out. It's honestly a big problem, especially when your algorithm is creating this echo chamber where men can do no right and they can only do harm. I don't think that that's good for the greater good of society as a whole. I don't know if you heard of Sophie Rain, the OF content creator who said she made $4 million a month from OF content. Well, somehow in that conversation, they found a way to hate on men, and more specifically, black men, saying there's a reason why these type of creators.
Nobody talked about doing sex work and finding a newfound hate for black men.
Can profit over black men is because of racism. And look, it gets tiring. And maybe if the
I don't know how y'all motherfuckers be on Twitter all day, bro. I can't do it.
Some validity. You can convince me of anything, but the way that these people describe stuff is so stupid. And I'm definitely not listening to this person with the big glasses on Twitter who was a victim of being harassed by a certain guy, which that whole situation was stretched, but we'll go down that path maybe at another time. I don't know. And I don't want to focus solely on this being a black specific thing because the rest of the male delegation has a lot of gripes with women. So I'm going to pass the baton over to them and showcase how women are just starting to hate men for really basically no good reason.
Simply put, if a man tells me that he hates women, I know that he's dangerous. If a woman tells me that she hates men, I know it just because she's been emotionally done wrong. I don't care if a woman says, I hate men. In fact, I encourage her, you should hate men.
Any kind of serious
what type of shit is that?
Process that anybody was willing to provide to you is completely out the window, because now they can actually see that you're nothing but an irrational individual who doesn't truly care about solutions. You just want to spew generalized hate on the internet because Tommy broke up with you in the 5th grade. If you treat every flaw like lava, you'll spend the rest of your life jumping through pointless hoops just to try to avoid them. And if you constantly treat every man like they're the enemy, don't expect your interactions and experiences with men to be sunshine and rainbows. Men are not your enemy.
Dejan kind of cooked up there, and maybe it's because I'm engaged now. Surprise! I feel like I see these things from totally different lenses. If you go out there in this world with negative connotations and feelings, you know, this wall built up around you, you're going to continuously have bad experiences no matter what. There has to be some sort of level of optimism. No, I'm not saying just lower your standards and lower your guard 100%. You still want to do your due diligence to protect yourself as a human from most things like physical violence. But for the most part, a lot of people aren't out there just to harm you, whether it be physically or emotionally. But going out there with this I hate men or I hate anybody's stance is completely stupid, and honestly it's harmful to your own self, your own psyche, and those that are around you. I think it's interesting when some of these Twitter people, chronically online folks, compare men to things like animals.
Let's see, I don't know how y'all be on Twitter all day like reading and really ingesting what these people are saying. Like, I can't take these people serious at all. They just literally like some real just keyboard warriors at this point. Okay, let's read what this is though. I like men in the same way I like dogs. They're cute to look at, sometimes and fun to interact with, and no occasion. And I respect dog owners, but I'd never want one myself. Women are like cats. They are all perfect and beautiful, and I want them to live in my house so I can feed them. So dogs, what the fuck? What?
They're like dogs, something you want around for sometimes. But these are the same people who strive to be in long-lasting heterosexual relationships. And no, I'm not going to be that channel that says, well, go join the side of being a lesbian and then misinterpret stats about domestic violence and being a woman. I think that's stupid. But I do believe that domestic violence working together.
See, when women get with women, they really realize what men go through. When women, they start beating the hell out of each other, because ain't no balance in that motherfucker.
Together, compromise should exist between the genders, the races, the ethnicities, all of that across the spectrum. Because when you walk around with this blind hate towards a certain group of people, you become an ist or you become an phobic. And honestly, we know that those things aren't positive things. But have the internet say it, they'll act as if misandry is something that's not real or a plaything, or hell, even embrace it as if it's something that should be embraced. Now, why would somebody embrace being a misandrist? That's probably the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Every day I come to the realization that I don't think I like men. Not in the way that you're thinking, because I love my boyfriend, but I just don't like men. And for the life of me, I can't figure out why. I don't know if it's because I was born into a family of matriarchs, or if it's because I literally see all the shitty things that men do to women. But most men seriously just make me feel unsafe and uncomfortable, because why am I taking a hot girl walk, you beep, slowly pull up beside me in your car, stare at me, I stare back at you, and it's not until I start walking away that you start driving away. Like, that's weird. Or why I'm waiting for my Uber, and you're not my Uber, and you pull up and tell me to get inside your car, and I almost did because I thought you were my Uber.
I don't want to get away from people's personal experiences because I think that they are valid. They tell a good story, and there are lessons to be learned from these situations. Like, I don't know, don't look into getting into a random car. Uber literally tells you what the license plate, color, make, model of the car is before you get into it.
That's your fault.
Probably look at those things before we get into a car. But my serious problem is the generalization of all men, of all people, when certain situations happen. Again, there are things for this. It's rhyming with ick, obia, ist, all these things that we think are bad, but yet it's okay when it's for men. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some terrible men out there. I think Myron from Fresh and Fit, who consistently finds ways to humble women. I was just on his Twitter page the other day. That man is crazy, put it onto my feed, where he just literally replies to people that take pictures, like women that take pictures. He replies with some of the stupidest and most demeaning and unnecessary comments in the world. But we all collectively point and laugh at that man. And I think there's no problem with calling out the specific men that do those specific things and holding them accountable by saying they are weird. That just like anybody else, if you do a bad, weird, or unjust behavior, we hold that person as an individual responsible and call them out. But again, painting a broad brushstroke would have a bunch of people disconnected from different groups of people because of, I don't know, lumped together personal experiences, stereotypes, and otherwise bad faith content creators on the internet. And then when you get boxed into that algorithm, you get constantly fed that bullshit, which makes you more and more conditioned to believe that men are bad, men are this, men are...
And yes, and that's the exact reason why, like, people gotta, like, really watch what they, like, ingest and take in on social media. That's why I don't understand how people be on Twitter or X, whatever it's called, all day, or Instagram, because you literally build your algorithm, like, what you watch brick by brick, you feel me? You literally just build that whole thing. So if you're just seeing, like, negative stuff about men 24/7, your whole outlook and your perspective upon men is just going to be that. And that's not true. It's not true. You just like hating men. Why is your whole algorithm about hating men? Or a black woman, just why is your whole algorithm about hating black men? Just like, it's just so weird to me. Like, have y'all not, like, gone outside, or, you know what I'm saying? Family members, anything, shit, you feel me?
That is just and again,
broad to one thing.
Arguments, solutions, we're working to something bettering the system, and I think that's fine. But when you paint with a broad brushstroke and just say, let's get all these people out of here, then I don't think that that's the answer either.
Men don't care about your personality. They don't care about your dreams, your goals, what you want to achieve in life, your likes, your dislikes. They don't care about these things.
And this is the type of shit that I'm talking about. And it'll be like women, like, really, you feel me, making content like this to a whole broad, you know, audience of women, knowing damn well they got a loving husband, you feel me? They getting all types of shit. They getting princess treatment and shit like that every now and then, and then you get on the camera, just start saying some crazy blatant shit, and knowing damn well you have a husband. You know what I'm saying? That's what's happening with these red pill motherfuckers, and talking about, you can't date a single mom, but this nigga is going and dating a single mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like that. Like, they are pump faking what they saying on this damn app, bro. You can't believe everything what these people are saying, literally. But this right here is just broad, just rage bait, literally.
They care about what you can offer them. They care about if there's something...
What? Most men can just do things on their own, to be honest with you. I don't think what they care what you can, like, literally offer them. But please keep going.
For them. That's why men usually don't do things unless they're going to get something out of it. So if a man is going out of his way, doing
That's the
a lot of
same thing with
things,
women.
oh my God, he's doing all these grand gestures. He wants something. He's doing it to get something out of you.
People doing something to benefit is something that's exclusive to a man? Oh my God.
That's crazy. That's
Look,
women do
leave
that
part of you
24/7.
alone if that's what you want to do. But please don't continue to create content around these BS subjects.
Yeah,
Especially
this
on
shit is
the backside
retarded.
when the cameras are off, you are still actively seeking and pursuing and entertaining
Exactly.
the people that you still hate.
That's
And
exactly
why
what I
think
just
makes it
said.
worse is because some of these content creators are in relationships.
Exactly
and
what
they're
I just
giving
said.
this advice to young and unsuspecting people all the time.
If I were 22
Exactly.
today, I would not be dating black men at all. They're too feminine these days for me. I like masculine, go get 'em.
That is a crazy, crazy thing to say. Crazy. You just said they too feminine. No, they just don't want to deal with your ass. That's crazy. That's a crazy one. I ain't even gonna cap.
I'm gonna pay for that baby type men. Y'all take too long to get y'all stuff together. Y'all want us to pay half the bills and sleep with you? No, can't do that. I'm not saying that other men are better than you. I'm just saying they're more ambitious than you. Others have a financial head start. They are not more ambitious. That's not really true. Seriously, my husband didn't have no head start. He's black.
So let me get this straight. If you were young, you wouldn't do the exact same things that got you into the exact same situation that you're in right now that you claim to be so happy in. It just doesn't make sense. And
It
there's
doesn't
not
make
much
sense at all.
consistency behind it. And of course, she might be able to make that statement from the position that she sits in, but she's legitimately married and has been married to a black man for a long time. The same men that she's telling you that she would not continue to pursue or that you should not pursue.
Like, you
I quite
really
often
can't
find that a lot of
listen to these
are
people. They just
robotic
be
in
saying
these
some
stances
retarded
on the
shit.
internet. You know, it's kind of like Order 66 from Star Wars. They don't necessarily know why they're doing it. It's just that somebody from a higher up place or position
Told
that
them
they
to do
think they
it.
want to be in.
And that's why you can't listen to gurus, man. It's these social media gurus that be saying anything out their mouth, and then the masses will take it in, eat it up, and go do some more other shit with that man said. And they don't even know why they're doing it. They're just listening to somebody instead of doing their own research, their own, you know what I'm saying, like experience going to do that and having their own hypothesis on the action that they just did. Like, don't make no sense. Stop listening to people, man.
And told them to be like this, so then they go ahead
God
and
damn.
follow suit. They can't really justify with their words as to why they believe in the thing that they even believe. They're just spouting words that they found on the internet.
You just seem very misogynistic, realistically.
What?
What is misogyny?
You don't even know what it means.
Why are you using words that you don't even know the definition of?
No, that's not what I meant.
This is what I'm saying, bro. Like, women or anybody, y'all really like get into type subjects like this and say some ish, and you just agree with anybody else just say. They don't even have your own thought process. Like, you don't even have your own like definition upon something, but yet you got the nerve to say it. That don't make no sense. Come on now. Alright, that's the type, and that's everybody. Damn near, that's damn near everybody. I ain't gonna lie. Here's somebody
What
will
does
say something
misogynistic
and
mean?
then just
Like, just so I
and
know
start
what you're
spewing
calling
that shit out of your mouth. You don't even know what it means.
Okay, so the reason I said it is just, again, based on the
Why is everyone spiraling over YouTube
looks
banning ad blockers?
stupid,
chill,
bruh.
guys, just use Pi. It's a free Chrome extension that's
Like,
actually made by
what
one of the
type
founders
of
of Honey.
bro? What
the
what?
I think it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't type situation. I think if
Come
you
on,
are
you gotta
what
read
these
more
women want
books
you to
now.
be, then ultimately they'll find reasons to hate you. And
This
say
nigga
that
said
they do hate you
misogynistic.
because
You
there are
don't even know what it
differences
mean.
between you as genders or as you are
At least you said it to the right person.
etc., etc. But then on the flip side, if you're not vulnerable to them, if you don't speak to them, if you keep all your feelings bottled up and, you know, just pay the bills and do your job, you'll end up like their grandfather, or you'll end up like their fathers that they ultimately don't like because they don't like the way that they treated their grandmothers or their mothers, etc., etc. Man hating is a good thing until you can't find a man to be with you for the rest of your life, and that's
Basically.
what you want. It's kind of like me being anti-education, anti-learning, anti-self-improvement, but wanting myself to make a lot of money and do a job that pays a lot of money. Like, it just doesn't.
It just
add
don't
up.
make-
You're
it doesn't
going
make sense at
against
all.
the grain for the dream that you ultimately do have, and it ultimately will not work for you. And quite often, we don't talk about those 40-year-old women, those
And that's the same for women. That's the same for everybody, actually, because these gurus say some crazy ass shit. Y'all take in what the guru said, and then you go against the grain, not knowing damn well that guru got a loving husband or a boyfriend, whatever the two of the case. And then you start exercising the shit that the guru say, and then you find yourself single, just by yourself with a cat. Like, go have your own experience before you start doing all of that, you feel me? Because most of these people don't give a F about you. You know what I'm saying? They'll just go agree with everything that y'all saying because y'all all delusional. You know what I'm saying?
50-year-old women, hell, even the mid to late 30s.
I go for everybody.
Spent their early 20s,
but
early 30s.
Mostly women,
being
I would
this
say.
independent, I don't want to be with anybody.
I don't like men who think they are the prize. And that's the exact reason why men, you feel me, just be by themselves. Because majority of the time, men are the prize. Majority of the time, men are the prize, you feel me? But it's just that this is the thing for me. Like, I don't like having like gender wars and all of that. I just wish that everybody just be together, love each other collectively. But it's just like, this status, this money, this media, all that other ish just get in the way of like who you really want to be with. Let's just be with who we want to be with, you feel me? And not just be so, you know, negotiated and just stroll by like media or what these gurus say or relationship gurus and all of that. Let's just make it an easy thing. You feel me? If you like her, she like you, y'all get along, get together, see how it go. And then if it don't go good, just don't be with that person. Find somebody else. That's it. That's all. Y'all like to put like algebra and calculus and relationships and shit, and y'all make it harder than what it is. I for real. Like, and this is like the only ish everybody be talking about, just men and women just in a relationship. And majority of the time we be a black woman or anybody within these type of spaces or subjects, but it just don't be making no sense, man. And y'all just be making it so harder for everyone else. You know what I'm saying? Or everybody make it really hard because we indulge in this, we all talk about it, and like it just sucks. It don't make no sense. Just be with who you want to be with. Period, point blank.
Type of person, and now they're in their late 30s, early 40s, 50s,
single,
60s, and they are miserable people to be around. Not just around
single and
men,
bitter.
They're miserable to be around. Full stop. 100%. And hell, I can identify those same men on the other end of the spectrum. You know, the one that used women, objectified them, hated women, didn't want to take anybody serious. And now those are the guys that every Father's Day they go to the bar at Longhorns and are starting to hit on the 20-year-old waitress at 50, and people are trying to figure out, why aren't you at home with your family? Well, because he doesn't either have a family or because his family hates them. Yeah, those exist on both ends of the spectrum. And the common denominator is they spent a lot of their early years hating the other gender and not working to a middle ground or being more flexible or compromising with the other gender to create a long-lasting bond. I think
and that's what it is with both genders. We both need to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and stop being so just resistant to each other. We gotta populate this earth. You feel me? We all gotta come to each other. You know what I'm saying? Hit the back of the oven once or twice here and there. You know what I'm saying? Spread the Virginia. You feel me? We gotta do that. Like, how else is the human race gonna last? You feel me? Y'all just letting shit just be what it is off of a guru saying something. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy, man.
Gender for your rest of your life. I mean, you're just gonna end up miserable and lonely. And it is hard to be in a house when you can barely walk, when you are by yourself and nobody wants to be around you, man, woman, or otherwise. Hell,
exactly.
The dog is running away from you at that point.
The cat is running away from you at that point. Hey, man, but that was a good video, man. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe to the channel, man. Don't be bitter. Don't be on this red pill, booty pill, black pill-ish. You know what I'm saying? Like, subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Khalil. And my man. Peace.